Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. In this video I'm going to tell you why the Honor 5X in 2016 is still one of the best premium feeling mid-range devices on the market. Let's get into it. Alright, so the Honor 5X, obviously we know it for one thing and one thing only to start. When they bragged about it at launch, it was the body of this device, the design. You get a full metal body, mild chamfer edges on the back here. You get a fingerprint reader. You get, looks like what's dual speakers on the bottom, but it's actually just a single speaker. Regular USB port, headphone jack on the top. You get ridged power and volume rockers. I think that is a huge plus. A great camera on the back, and it really performs well. The body of this thing, though, is what was the selling point. If you've seen the Huawei video, it talked a lot about the body, and the body is beautiful. Next is the screen. The screen on this device is just 1080p, 400 pixels per inch, 5.5 inches. What more can you say? There's not a lot of phones in this price range that actually have these specs. Now, this phone is actually only $199, and so that's what makes it really, really good with the way it's put together. A 1080p display, 199 bucks, 5.5 inches, can't beat it. Next is the interface. Now the interface on here is something that people might not like. I personally think it's really nice. The change up from Huawei Skin is not the fastest and not the most exciting, but if now in 2016 you're not used to not having an app tray, you're probably never going to catch on. Not having an app tray is really easy. You can just throw certain things into folders and the rest are right there for you to use. Now, one area where this device does really well is gaming and performance. It only has 2 gigs of RAM, but at the same time, it's actually a pretty good performer. Gaming on this device is going to be a breeze with the 5.5 inch display, and you got nice big bezels to hold on to. I think it'll be pretty good for you. Battery life is one thing that I think this phone cannot go without being said. I mean, it has a 3,000 milliamp hour battery, and you really can go all day. You should be able to take this phone all day with heavy use. If you're not a heavy user, you should at least be able to get 2 days easy, at least. Getting about 5 to 6.5, 7 hours screen on time on here should be doable for most people who have this phone. They have an ultra standby mode, ultra saving mode, just like Samsung phones and a lot of other phones, that it'll really stretch this battery out. So if you just keep it in smart mode, which is just you turn the phone on, you start using it, it'll optimize the phone's performance for you and give you the best battery life depending on your usage. And you should still get, because I don't use the ultra power saving mode, and I'm still getting well into a day and a half with heavy use and several hours of screen on time, 5+ to be exact. 6 hours 15 minutes, you know, that is extremely good, and I could get more if I was using the ultra power saving mode or just not using it as much as I do throughout the day if I wasn't a heavy user. So how does a phone like this stack up against some of these powerhouse devices that we pay 800 bucks for? I think it holds up actually pretty well. The speaker on here is just phenomenal. It's extremely loud. It's actually louder than my S7 and my S7 Edge, but those are waterproof devices, so the speaker quality on those is not going to be very good. I think a good comparison to a high-end phone would be the LG G5. We all know that speaker is really loud, and this speaker right here is extremely loud as well. So is the Honor 5X still a great buy in 2016? Yeah, because it just came out less than a year ago. And let's think about this again. Fingerprint reader is just ridiculously fast. The fact that you have one on a so-called budget device, you know, that's just the way it is. A while back, this would have been a high-end device, just a few years back. 5.5 inch 1080p display, fingerprint reader, 13 megapixel camera. There is no going wrong with these specs right here. Oh, I forgot. The metal body and the SD card slot with LTE for the US, unlocked, dual SIM. you'd have to see more. So I don't know why sometimes when we see comparisons, people say, well, why would you compare that against the iPhone 6s Plus, the Samsung Galaxy S7? Well, listen to those specs again. Now inside of this thing, it has a Snapdragon 615. This is the US version, and this has 2 gigs of RAM with 16 gigs on board. However, the international version has 3 gigs of RAM, and it has the 616. But all in all, did you hear those specs? I mean, fingerprint reader, metal body, 13 megapixel camera, SD card slot, dual SIM, fantastic build quality, speaker, screen. To me, this is basically a high-end device. And if I was saying those things to you, you wouldn't know that I was talking about a phone that costs $199. Well, it's your man Jay Will, and that's why I think you should still consider the Honor 5X as one of your phones in 2016. Oh, it's getting Marshmallow too. In India, it already has it. It's ready hitting the US already. It's in beta testing right now for the US. This will get Marshmallow. It's your man Jay Will. I'll see you in the next one.